All right, folks, here I go again. Now, folks, I'm going to play this clip of Gino. Now, this is why I do not trust the book of Jasher and Enoch and all those other books of the Apocrypha. I don't trust none of those books. All right? If those books wasn't added with the 66 books, or if they was taken it out, if they call them the lost books, like my former pastor said, if they were lost, then let them stay lost. Because by them, you taking them up, if you want to read them, you go right ahead and read them. But I wouldn't trust them, and I'm going to show you why. By Gino Jennings trusting the book of Jasher, it caused him to error. And I'm going to play the clip, and I'm going to show you where he erred. But this is why I don't trust those other books. I got enough try to keep track with the 66. I'm still trying to learn from the 66. I need no more books to be added. But like I said, if y'all want to go along with Gino and other people about the Apocrypha, y'all think they're inspired by God, you go right ahead. But this right here going to prove that when you trust in other books outside the Bible, you on your own. And this is what's going to happen to you like it's happening to Gino. By him trusting in the book of Jasher, he erred. See, I'm going to stick with the 66 and let God be responsible. Say, well, God, when I was born, it was 66. So I let him handle it. But I'm going to play the clip. And I want y'all to listen. How when Gino said, when it got to Jared, him being 962 years old, and he said Jared was the second oldest behind Methuselah. Yes, that's true. Jared is the second oldest behind Methuselah. According to the book of Jasher, he was 962. And according to the Bible in Genesis, he was 962. But according to the book of Jasher, it makes Jared older than Methuselah. And that's where Gino erred. So we're going to play the clip, and then I'm going to go ahead and read off the scriptures to prove my point.
500 and something.
That's right.
Surely the Lord was with them. Yeah.
That's right.
All right, Williams, come on,
He
son.
was 905 years old at his death.
Yes.
And in the 179th year of the life of Noah, Canaan, the son of Enos, died.
Yeah.
And all the days of Canaan were 910 years, and he died.
Yeah.
And in the 234th year of the life of Noah,
Yes.
Mahalaleel, the son of Canaan, died.
How old was he?
And the days of Mahalaleel were 895 years, and he died.
Yes.
And Jared, the son of Mahalaleel, died in those days, in the 336th year of the life of Noah. And all the days of Jared were 962 years.
He was the second.
All right, folks, we're going to stop right there. Because you heard Gino Jennings, he was getting ready to say he was the second oldest. All right, but let's go to the book of Jasher, chapter 5, verse 4, where Dan Williams was reading out of. And it says, and Jared, the son of Mahalaleel, died in those days in the 336 years of the life of Noah. All right, it's talking about the life of Noah around that time. That's when Jared, the son of Mahalaleel, died in those days. Watch this. And let's find out how old he was. And all the days of Jared were 962 years, and he died. See, folks, that's true. 962 years. Now let's go to the Bible in Genesis chapter 5 and verse 20. And it says, and all the days of Jared was 962 years, and he died. See, that lines up. That's true. All right? That's true. Now, you heard when, I'm going to play it right here, Gino Jennings going to say he's the second oldest. That means he was the second oldest behind Methuselah. Because according to the Bible, in Genesis 5:27, and it says, And all the days of Methuselah were 969 years, and he died. So according to the Bible said Jared was 962. And then in Genesis 5:27, it says Methuselah was 969. So yes, if Methuselah was 969 and Jared was 962, yes, that would make Jared the second oldest behind Methuselah. But let's look at the book of Jasher. The book of Jasher, this is where Gino erred. Now, if he's going to go by the book of Jasher, then he definitely erred. Because in the book of Jasher now, Jasher chapter 5 and 36, let's find out how old was Methuselah according to the book of Jasher. All right, Jasher 5:36. And it was at the time Methuselah, the son of Enoch died. 960 years old was he at his death. You see, folks? 960 years old that Jasher got Methuselah dying at 960. But Genesis in the Bible says he was 969. So according to Jasher, you can't say that Jared was the second oldest behind Methuselah, because that Bible don't say that in the book of Jasher. In the book of Jasher, it got Jared 962, and it got Methuselah 960. So that would have been an error, Gino. That's an error. If you're going to, according to the book of Jasher, and that's what you're reading out of. So you need to drop down to, in that same chapter that Williams is reading, to the 36th verse, and you will have to say, oh, my bad. I said Jared was the second oldest according to after Methuselah. Yes, that would be right if you stayed in the Bible in Genesis 5. But being that you're reading out of the book of Jasher, you can't say that. So the book of Jasher has called Gino Jennings to error by trusting in the book of Jasher. Y'all go read it yourself. According to the book of Jasher, Jared was older than Methuselah. Jared was 962 and Methuselah was 960. If I know my math right, 962 is older than 960. But according to the Bible, Jared was 962 and Methuselah was 969. The book of Jasher takes off 9 years of Methuselah's life and causes Jared to be older than Methuselah when that was not true. So Gino, your book of Jasher, which you trusted in, causing you to error. So I want you folks to see for yourself. All right, and I'm going to play the tape again. I'm going to play it, let y'all hear the whole thing. But I want to throw that out there, and I want y'all to go check it out yourself. Check out the book of Jasher, Jasher chapter 4. It got Jared dying at 962. And then in the Bible, in Genesis chapter 20, it agrees. Jared died at 962. But when you go to the book of Jasher 5:36, it got Methuselah dying at 960. But you go to the Bible in Genesis chapter 5:27, it got Methuselah dying at 969. So yes, according to the Bible that we're reading, the 66 books, we got Jared, the second oldest after Methuselah. But Gino, you can't say that according to the book of Jasher that you're reading out of. That is not true. It got Jared, which is 962, older than Methuselah, which according to Jasher is 960. So folks, there you got it. You got his error. I'm going to finish playing it. Now, the rest is up to you. You can get mad at me all you want. Don't get mad at me. Get mad at him. He's the one said it. He's the one reading out of the book of Jasher. All right? So I don't want y'all sitting here getting mad at me. I'm just showing you his error. He preached this, not me. All right, so here we go.
Oldest man next to Methuselah. Jared, the father of Enoch, was the second oldest man to live on the earth.
And all the days of Jared were 962 years, and he died.
Yeah.
And all those who followed the Lord died in those days.
You hear that? And these were the days of Noah.
That's right.
All those
Who followed the Lord
that followed the Lord
died in those days.
You know, I believe in the book of Jasher, it talks about how they died, and God used that as a way for them to escape.
That's right.
All right, folks, you heard him. He said, I believe in the book of Jasher. Well, by you believing in the book of Jasher, Gino, the book of Jasher caused you to error. So, folks, you be the judge. According to what Gino just preached, out of the book of Jasher, he said that Jared was the second oldest behind Methuselah. But if you search the book of Jasher, you got Methuselah, the second oldest behind Jared. So, Gino, you be the judge. Did the book of Jasher, which you say you believe in, did it not cause you to error? See, folks, I'm going to say it again. This is why I do not trust those other books outside the Bible. Because it's going to cause you to error. All right? Just like it did with Gino. So, folks, I throw it out there. Like I said, don't get mad at me. He the one said it. I'm just correcting what he said. I don't even really read out of these books, but what made me go look at it because, you know, my ears try words like the mouth tried me. All right? Some of you probably say, oh, well, he's just jealous over Gino. How am I jealous over Gino when he's erring? I'm just showing you his errors. See, y'all didn't pick that up. Y'all never do. You just go along to get along. But no, my ears try words like the mouth try me. So y'all can get upset all you want. You ain't upset with me. You upset with the Bible. Get upset with the book of Jasher y'all trust in. Because that's what he read out of. And that's what caused him the error. I'm going to say it again. He said that according to the book of Jasher now, that he was reading out of, Jared was 962 years old. I agree. Because Genesis 5:20 backs it up. And the Bible of the 66 books backs it up. But then he said Jared was the second oldest man behind Methuselah. Not according to Jasher, it ain't. According to Jasher, Jared is the oldest. Jared is the oldest man, and Methuselah comes second after him. But according to the 66 books that we got in Genesis 5:27, it got it right. So, Gino, you was leaning towards really the 66 books, believing in that, and you had it right. But if you're going to trust in the book of Jasher, you're going to error, son. Error big time. All right, folks, this is All Truth 64 again. Signing off. Peace.